If you think a supercar should still feel like a car you can actually drive, the 2026 Maserati MC20 is exactly that sweet spot. Exotic, insanely quick, but not some impossible diva that only lives in a garage. The MC20 already marked Maserati's big comeback to the true supercar world, and for 2026 it doubles down on what made it special. Clean Italian design, serious engineering, and a driving experience that feels emotional, not just clinical. From the outside, the MC20 looks every bit the modern mid-engine exotic. The nose is low and sharp, with a wide grille and that big trident badge sitting almost on the ground. Blender LED headlights stretch up into the fenders, and clean, sculpted lines run down the sides. No crazy wings or fake vents, just pure flowing Italian surfacing. The showstopper is the way you get in. Butterfly doors that swing up and out, revealing the carbon fiber monocoque underneath. Big air intakes behind the doors feed the engine and intercoolers, while the rear is dominated by thin LED taillights, a full diffuser, and dual exhaust tips set high in the bumper. Slow, wide, and exotic, but not overly shouty, more modern Maserati than Look at Me cartoon. Slide into the cabin, and the MC20 feels focused but surprisingly usable. Sit low in thin shell sport seats, legs straight out, looking over a small steering wheel and a simple, clean dash. Two 10-inch screens handle the essentials, one for the gauge cluster, one in the center for infotainment. The rest is trimmed in Alcantara, leather, and exposed carbon fiber, minimalist but high quality. Physical switches are kept to a minimum. A rotary drive mode selector sits on the console, along with controls for the transmission and suspension. You get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a decent sound system, and just enough storage for a weekend bag and some essentials. There's a small front trunk and a bit of space behind the seats, so a light road trip is absolutely in play. The main event lives right behind your head. The heart of the 2026 MC20 is Maserati's 3-liter Nettuno twin-turbo V6, putting out around 620 horsepower and over 530 lb-ft of torque, sent to the rear wheels through an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. On paper, you're looking at 0-60 mph in the high 2-second range, 0-124 mph in well under 9 seconds, and a top speed north of 200 mph. In reality, it feels brutally quick but controllable. Launch control pins you back, the dual clutch snaps off shifts, and the car just goes without drama or wheel spin fireworks. Drive modes let you choose your mood. GT for everyday, Sport when you're in the mood, Corsa when you're on track, and a wet mode for bad conditions. Adaptive dampers, a stiff carbon tub, and well-tuned steering make the MC20 feel light and precise. Changes direction quickly, but doesn't beat you up over rough pavement like some hardcore track specials. The soundtrack is very much its own thing. It's not a screaming Vado V12, but that twin-turbo V6 has a sharp, angry tone when you wind it out, with crackles and whooshes from the turbos that remind you this is serious modern performance hardware tuned by Italians who still care how a car feels. Today, the MC20 is more livable than a lot of mid-engine exotics. Visibility is decent for the segment. The ride in GT mode is firm but not punishing, and you get normal car stuff like a nose lift system, parking sensors, and a backup camera to survive speed bumps and city garages. Still a low supercar, you have to be careful, but you could daily it if you really wanted to. Safety and driver assists are present but not the star. Think basics: stability and traction control, parking aids, camera system. This isn't a lane centering, hands-free cruiser. It's a driver's car first. Now price. In the US, expect the 2026 Maserati MC20 Coupe to start in the low to mid $200,000 range, with the Cielo Spider version sitting higher, pushing toward the mid-$200K S and beyond. Start checking boxes for carbon packs, special paint, upgraded interiors, and bespoke options. And you're realistically looking at $260,000, $300,000 out the door. That puts the MC20 right in the fight with cars like the McLaren Artura, Porsche 911 Turbo S, and Ferrari's mid-engine lineup, but with a look and a badge that you're not going to see on every street corner. 2026 Maserati MC20 is for the driver who wants a true supercar experience, mid-engine balance, butterfly doors, brutal performance, but still wants a car they can actually use, not just stare at. If you enjoyed this look at the 2026 Maserati MC20, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Gray on Cars, and tell us in the comment. Would you go for the coupe or the Cielo, and are you speccing yours in a loud color or a stealthy, understated setup? Thanks for watching. Drive safe, chase your dream cars, and we'll see you in the next one.